Evolution of management. The evolution of management refers to the development of management, theories, practice, and principles over time. Here's some important stages in the evolution of management. Ancient management. In ancient times, management existed in the form of managing resource for agriculture, purpose, and building infrastructure. Examples: management of the pyramids by the Egyptians and the administrative system in the Roman Empire. Industrial Revolution. The advent of factories and mass production requires a new approach to management. Frederick Taylor's scientific management theory focuses on work efficiency and increased productivity. Classical theory. Henri Fayol developed principles of management that included planning, organizing, leading, and control law. Max Weber introduced the concept of bureaucracy as a way to manage organizations systematically. Behavioral theory, mid-20th century, emphasized the importance of human aspects in management, such as motivation, job satisfaction. Abraham Maslow his theory of needs, and Douglas McGregor with his theory X and Y. Quantitative theory uses statistical and mathematical methods for managerial decision-making. This method is often used in risk analysis and planning. Systema theory considers organizations as systems consisting of interacting parts, focuses on the relationship between the various elements of the organization and its environment. Contingency theory. There is no one right way to manage. Different approaches are needed based on different situations. Emphasizes flexibility and adaptation in management. Modern management. Facing the challenges of globalization, technology, and sustainability. New approaches such as agile management and open innovation are starting to be widely applied. Each of these stages shapes our understanding of management today, with a focus on efficiency, human behavior, systems, and adaptation to environmental. History of management. The history of management development is not much different from human development itself. This means that management has been going on since humans were on this earth, along with the development and demands of humans to meet their needs. In ancient or the Stone Age, humans also used their skills and expertise to make stone tools to realize their life goals. In the past centuries, for example, there were many great works of humans that can still be enjoyed by humanity today. For example, how do we know the Borobudur Temple in Indonesia? This great work was born at a time when science and technology were not yet developed. To build the example, hundreds to thousands of people were needed to help with the construction of the temple. In the past, there was no such thing as cement to unite one stone or brick with another stone or brick. It is said that at that time, an adhesive made from chicken egg white was used. In other words, millions of chicken eggs were needed to build the building. This great work requires height management skills, namely how to manage thousands of people who work and allocate other resources. In the past, skills and expertise were still simple, whereas now, due to the development of technology and information, people's skills and expertise are increasing rapidly. With the existence of internet facilities. For example, events in a country can be quickly seen or heard. New York residents of other countries who are very far from the country in question, even to remote villages and hamlets. Management that develops in accordance with the development of expertise and knowledge and skills acquired by humans. Knowledge and technology, IPTech, continue to grow and develop. This growth also developed the management skills of humanity. Evolution of management theory states that the historical perspective on management reflects the perspective or environment to translate opportunities and problems that arise. However, history does not only arrange events in a chronological order, but also develops an understanding of the impact of a social force on an organization. Studying history is a way to create strategic thinking, see a broad and correct picture, and improve conceptual skills. Social power itself refers to various aspects of culture that influence relationship between people. This power of people form what known as a social contract, which is an unwritten and general perception regarding the relationship between people and between employees and management. The theory is an assumption that is interconned and expressed in order. Teo describe a relationship between various observable facts. The theory is an assumption that is interconned and expressed in order. Teo describe a relationship between various is a hypothesis or temporary assumption. And if based on research turns out to support the hypothesis made, then the hypothesis becomes a theory. The scientific management movement actually began around the end of the last century, where engineers from the United States and Europe sought and developed new ways to manage a company. Some of the variables considered in scientific management are follows. Some of the variables considered in scientific management are follows. 2. Recruitment and utilization of workers with their requirements. 3. Responsibility for employee welfare. Various activities in historical record, where the above variables are considered, can be said to be management activities. For more details, here are some chronologies of the history of the development of management science according to its pioneers. Scientific management stream. Scientific management was born along with the development of technology produced by engineers working in large companies in Europe and the United States. At this time, it was known by business people as the Industrial Revolution. Engineering in Europe and the United States tried to develop various new ways to manage companies. The theory of scientific management itself was developed thanks to the need for increased productivity. In this case, productivity can be increased by increasing worker efficiency. Several variables in scientific management can be identified follows. 1. Increasing company productivity. Several variables in scientific management can be identified follows. 2. Utilization of labor and its requirements. 3. Increasing employee welfare. Management needs to take over various jobs that are considered more appropriate for them than for their subordinates. Robert Owen. Robert Owen was the manager of several cotton spinning mills in New Lanark, Scotland since 1800s. In this theory, Owen emphasized the role of human resources as the key to a company's success. They worked together to study fatigue and movement and focused on ways to promote social well-being. Owen then implemented a policy to limit the working age of someone working in his factory to over 10 years and rejected workers under 10 years. This growth also developed the management skills of humanity. Charles Babbage. Charles Babbage was mathematics professor who often observed various ways working in factories. He believed that applying various scientific principles to a series of work processes would be able to increase work productivity and be more efficient. Babbage suggested that each could be divided into various skills so that workers could be trained with specific skills. Thus, workers are only required to be responsible for their own work tasks. Owen then implemented a policy to limit the working age of someone working in his factory to over 10 years and rejected workers under 10 years. Frederick Wilson Taylor. Taylor was a factory manager in the United States who conducted research on time and motion studies in the production department. With time studies as his basis, Taylor was able to break down each job intro its components and design the best and fastest way of working for each job. In the study, it was determined how much ability the worker had in completing his work using the materials and tools available in the company. According to Taylor, management has following 4 principles. Charles Babbage was mathematics professor who often observed various ways working in factories. Develop a science for each element of a person's work that will replace the old thumb rule method. 2. Scientific selection of workers. In Tbe's case, each worker is accountable for the task is considered most appropriate for him. These workers need to be selected scientifically to then be trained developed, their potential and skills. 3. Scientific education and development workers seriously in order to ensure that each job is carried out in accordance with the principles of science that have been developed previously. 4. Friendly personal cooperation between management and workers. Work and its responsibilities need to be divided equally between leaders and subordinates. Management needs to take over various jobs that are considered more appropriate for them than for their subordinates.